7 Steps to Becoming an Empowered Empath, Harnessing Your Gift for Good. Empathy is a powerful and essential human trait that enables us to connect with others, understand their feelings, and offer support. However, being an empath can be a double-edged sword, as it also means that we absorb the emotions of those around us, which can be overwhelming and draining. It's essential to learn how to become an empowered empath, where you can use your empathic abilities to help others while also taking care of yourself. Here are 7 steps to become an empowered empath. Step 1. Self-awareness. The first step towards becoming an empowered empath is to understand yourself. Start by acknowledging that you are an empath and that you have a unique ability to pick up on the emotions of others. Reflect on how this trait affects your life, both positively and negatively. Ask yourself questions like, what emotions trigger me? How do I respond to those emotions? What coping mechanisms do I use when I feel overwhelmed? Understanding your triggers and reactions is essential to managing your emotions effectively. Step 2. Set boundaries. As an empath, it's natural to want to help others, but it's crucial to set boundaries to protect yourself. When you take on other people's emotions, it can be emotionally exhausting and lead to burnout. Set boundaries by creating a schedule that allows you to take breaks and recharge your batteries. Also, learn to say no when you feel overwhelmed, and don't be afraid to communicate your needs to others. Step 3. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is an excellent tool for empaths to manage their emotions effectively. Mindfulness is a practice of being present in the moment and observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Regular meditation, deep breathing, and other mindfulness techniques can help you stay grounded and centered during times of stress. When you're mindful, you're better able to recognize when you're taking on someone else's emotions and respond accordingly. Step 4. Develop empathic listening skills. Empathic listening is the ability to listen to someone else's feelings without judgment or interruption. As an empath, you likely have a natural ability to empathize with others, but it's essential to hone your listening skills to become an empowered empath. Practice active listening by paying attention to body language, tone of voice, and other nonverbal cues. Show empathy by acknowledging and validating the other person's emotions. Step 5. Build a support system. Having a strong support system is critical for empaths. Surround yourself with people who understand and respect your empathic abilities. Connect with other empaths who can relate to your experiences and offer support. You can also consider working with a therapist or coach who specializes in helping empaths manage their emotions effectively. Step 6. Develop coping mechanisms. When you're an empath, it's essential to have coping mechanisms to help you manage your emotions effectively. There are many coping mechanisms you can use, such as journaling, practicing yoga or other forms of exercise, listening to music, or spending time in nature. Experiment with different coping mechanisms and find what works best for you. Step 7. Use your empathic abilities for good. As an empowered empath, you can use your abilities to help others. Consider volunteering for a cause you're passionate about, helping a friend in need, or offering support to someone who is struggling. Use your empathic abilities to make a positive impact on the world around you. In conclusion, becoming an empowered empath requires self-awareness, boundary setting, mindfulness, empathic listening skills, building a support system, developing coping mechanisms, and using your empathic abilities for good. With these steps, you can manage your emotions effectively, avoid burnout, and use your abilities to make a positive impact on the world around you. Remember, being an empath is a gift, but it's also a responsibility. Use your abilities wisely, and don't forget to take care of yourself in the process. When you're an empowered empath, you're better able to navigate the challenges that come with being an empath, while also using your abilities to help others. One key aspect of becoming an empowered empath is to set boundaries. It's crucial to recognize that you can't help everyone and that you need to prioritize your own well-being. By creating a schedule that allows you to take breaks and recharge your batteries, you'll be better able to manage your emotions and avoid burnout. Another important step is to build a support system. Surround yourself with people who understand and respect your empathic abilities. Connect with other empaths who can relate to your experiences and offer support. A therapist or coach who specializes in helping empaths can also be an excellent resource for managing your emotions effectively. Additionally, developing coping mechanisms is essential for managing your emotions as an empath. Coping mechanisms can range from journaling to practicing yoga to spending time in nature. Experiment with different coping mechanisms to find what works best for you. When you have healthy ways to manage your emotions, you're less likely to feel overwhelmed and drained by the emotions of others. Ultimately, being an empowered empath means using your abilities for good. You can make a positive impact on the world around you by volunteering, helping friends in need, or offering support to those who are struggling. By using your empathic abilities in a positive way, you'll feel fulfilled and empowered, rather than drained and overwhelmed. In conclusion, becoming an empowered empath requires self-awareness, boundary setting, mindfulness, empathic listening skills, building a support system, developing coping mechanisms, and using your empathic abilities for good. When you follow these steps, you'll be better able to manage your emotions as an empath, avoid burnout, and use your abilities to make a positive impact on the world. Remember that being an empath is a gift, and with that gift comes a responsibility to use it wisely. By becoming an empowered empath, you'll be able to help others while also taking care of yourself. This will allow you to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. It's important to keep in mind that being an empath isn't always easy. You may find yourself feeling overwhelmed by the emotions of others or struggling to manage your own emotions. But by following the 7 steps outlined above, you can learn to manage your emotions effectively, set healthy boundaries, and use your abilities for good. In addition to these steps, it's important to practice self-care as an empath. This includes things like getting enough rest, eating well, and taking time for yourself. It's also important to engage in activities that bring you joy and help you recharge your batteries. When you take care of yourself, you're better able to manage your emotions and use your empathic abilities in a positive way. In conclusion, becoming an empowered empath is a process that takes time and effort. By practicing self-awareness, setting boundaries, practicing mindfulness, developing empathic listening skills, building a support system, developing coping mechanisms, using your empathic abilities for good, and practicing self-care, you can become an empowered empath. Remember that being an empath is a gift, and with that gift comes a responsibility to use it wisely. By doing so, you can make a positive impact on the world around you while also living a fulfilling and meaningful life.